let's go. Yeah.
Good thing, yeah, I found that. Young king with my crown at. 10 racks in the fanny pack. Couple hundred in the Louis bag. Couple hundred need a G-Wagons. Big tax on my big spending. Big facts, no pretending. We back on the full sentence. That good thing, yeah, I found that. Young king with my crown at. 10 racks in the fanny pack. Couple hundred in the Louis bag. Couple hundred need a G-Wagons. Big tax on my big spending. Big facts, no pretending. We back on the full sentence.
Crazy flow, need a straight jacket. Cash flow, I'm a bank addict. 6 subs, had the bass smacking. 808s, had the place clapping. 3 girls is enough for me, so I pull out like the stock's crashing. Like an IPO trying to purchase me. This a private sector, so you can't have it. Faking all that boom bapping. Who you think you is, boy? 90s want they sound back, so I give rap all these fake rappers as I take matters in my own hands. I don't need rapping, I don't need Zans. I don't need help, I'm a grown man. Now they king left and they so mad, it's like
good thing, yeah, I found that. Young king with my crown at. 10 racks in the fanny pack. Couple hundred in the Louis bag. Couple hundred need a G-Wagons. Big tax on my big spending. Big facts, no pretending. We back on the full sentence. That good thing, yeah, I found that. Young king with my crown at. 10 racks in the fanny pack. Couple hundred in the Louis bag. Couple hundred need a G-Wagons. Big tax on my big spending. Big facts, no pretending. We back on the full sentence.
Yeah, hey, look what I got. New whip with no top. Cooking up no stove top. Ice cold, no snow drop. Big budget ass, big facts. Big money in the contract. Been running no contact. New record with the new tracks. Yeah, they been sending me new plaques. I don't really need new plaques. Nah, big rock with the suplex. Yeah, new rock got a new flex. Yeah, I'm current, I'm a new trend. Knock boys with the full scent. Yeah, like I said, no new friends. We don't really need new friends.
Good thing, yeah, I found that. Young king with my crown at. 10 racks in the fanny pack. Couple hundred in the Louis bag. Couple hundred need a G-Wagons. Big tax on my big spending. Big facts, no pretending. We back on the full sentence. That good thing, yeah, I found that. Young king with my crown at. 10 racks in the fanny pack. Couple hundred in the Louis bag. Couple hundred need a G-Wagons. Big tax on my big spending. Big facts, no pretending. We back on the full sentence.
This is that one song that you heard so many times, and every time you hear it, you're like, I'm not gonna bump to this song. But then you start catching a vibe. I'm sorry, not sorry.
Yeah.
East Coast with the gang gang, West Coast with the gang gang, Lower with the gang gang, you know we don't play gang. East Coast with the gang gang, West Coast with the gang gang, Lower with the gang gang, you know we don't play gang. East Coast with the gang gang, West Coast with the gang gang, Lower with the gang gang, you know we don't play gang. East Coast with the gang gang, West Coast with the gang gang, Lower with the gang gang, you know.
Yeah, whoa, East Coast with that gang gang. You know we don't play games, whoa. Hop up on that wagon, oh please just get out the way. You know we stay stuntin', right up in your face. We sorry, not sorry, we just stuck up in our ways. West Coast gon' ahead stand up, put that glass and hands up. Gang, we famed up, got that change, we bagged up. Crew love, we stay manned up. Ahem like I'm wheezy, yeah. Rap game just too easy, drip so sick I'm queasy, whoa.
East Coast with the gang gang, West Coast with the gang gang, Lower with the gang gang, you know we don't play gang. East Coast with the gang gang, West Coast with the gang gang, Lower with the gang gang, you know we don't play gang. East Coast with the gang gang, West Coast with the gang gang, Lower with the gang gang, you know we don't play gang. East Coast with the gang gang, West Coast with the gang gang, Lower with the gang gang.
Yeah. Watch me finesse, walk to the line. Good versus evil, God in his prime. Always in prime, always on time. Hard time to shine, wifey is fine. I'm doing fine, glad that you asked. God fill me up, mud in my glass. God clean me up, all that I ask. Wherever you headed there fast. I am ahead, you are in last. Last time I checked, you were all gas. Gas in the whip it up fast. Fast and all furious, I'm starting to spaz. Getting all curious, you put me on blast. Blasting that Darius, kids in the back. Back to the future is black. Black like T'Challa, Wakanda attack.
East Coast with the gang gang, West Coast with the gang gang, Lower with the gang gang, you know we don't play gang. East Coast with the gang gang, West Coast with the gang gang, Lower with the gang gang, you know we don't
The following program is rated TV MANOC. It contains a big pair of nuts directly on your chin. It is intended only for mature audiences. Viewer discretion advised.
Fat liberation.
You're just straight up delusional. Biatch.
And anti-fatness.
You need to get fucked. Don't go to the fucking gym.
Create a safer and more equitable world for fat people.
Stop being such a poopy.
Fat phobic as fuck.
Obesity is epidemic in the United States and a major cause of death.
What is fat activism?
I, a fat person, am sharing my own lived experience.
Pizza is a vegetable.
Your fat phobia is your problem.
It is not my place as a smaller-bodied white man to comment on it.
Radical body positivity.
What can men do against such reckless hate?
There's only one man who can help me.
This is for you new people. I only have one rule. Everyone fights, no one quits.
This day we fight!
The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, the bacon is sizzling. Welcome to the Daily Swole.
Testing. Testicles. Welcome everyone to episode 3153 of the Daily Mother Swole, the most muscular swolecast, beercast, broadcast, gangcast, mancast, pimpcast, sleazecast, and slaycast in the realm. Because when I flex, you flex. We all flex our biceps. What's going on, beaches, booshes? Bustas, hustlers, and your hoes. It's your boy Papa Swolio back with another episode. In today's episode, the Beastcast is brought to you, is powered, is sponsored by Everest and K2 Flexing on all you beaches. Welcome, fam. Hashtag 7 pillars for a chance to win today's Swole card. It is Monday, and of course, we've been talking about it for the last week. No releases today because we are going to have an epic New Year party that goes down next Monday. Absolutely fantastic. So be there, be here next Monday, 12 noon Eastern time. We're going to do tons of new releases. It's our Swole Year release party 2025, and that is December the 30th at 12 noon Eastern time. So we do this twice a year. Epic new releases. Is going to be fire. Of course, we dropped the brand new Swolenormous app about a month ago. You're going to love all the new releases and very excited for next Monday. So be there for the Swole Year release party. Mark your calendars. Same time, 12 noon Monday next week, for all the epic new releases. Now, fam, let's get into that tip. Are you ready? Babe, just an inch. It's cold outside. All right, remember, join the fam over at swolenormousx.com or download the app in your App Store, Google Play, and start your free trial and get access to all the private live streams. We had an awesome roundtable last Thursday that's available now in the app. And of course, even though we're not doing new releases this week because of the party next week, we still have some new featured classes, new featured this week on the app, so you can find them on your homepage. Let's kick off some accountability posts from Swole Text.
What's in the box?
From members asking, what are you focusing on this week? What are you going to do to stay on track? Isaiah says, what's up, Papa? As I said before, going to work my way into Swole season after the first night. And last night, my body and mind said, let's start now. Fuck it. Day 3 of Swole season tonight. Have some steaks in my freezer so I don't have to worry about my nutrition falling off when my in-laws are here. May get some more eggs for the next couple of days, but going to keep at Swole season and getting after it as my focus. Good man. Prepare with your food. That's usually the problem with the holidays. People just completely wing it, which is weird. If you have goals and you have things that you're trying to accomplish, it's no different than any other day. Just stay on track. It's actually more simple to stay on track than to fall off. Organize your schedule, organize your life around what's going to benefit you the most. You are in control. Melissa says, hey, Papa, I think this is the best time of year to stay consistently consistent. That's what I'm focused on this week. The holidays are another day. I will execute all 7 pillars. Thank you for everything. The best gift ever is being part of the Swole fam. Melissa. Well, glad to have you with us. Micah says, I finally pick up my car on Monday so I can start getting groceries much easier. Still going to the gym and figuring out when they're going to fix the sauna. Saunas at gyms are always broken. What's up with that? Robert says, focusing on continuing my push-pull leg split each day while staying with the in-laws. Will do 1 brain gains each day to keep focused. Sean, I'm focusing on diet in the gym. Been able to get sleep down finally. Now to nail down the other 2. The constant little, 3-card Monty kind of thing. Shifting things around, 1 focus, 1 week. Don't get cocky and think that you have everything locked down. It's always going to change. Just stay consistent with your habits. Tim, I'm sorry, Papa, just working on getting well. I'm in the urgent care for the 2nd time. Sinus infection is killing me. I still went to the sauna for a while. It helps to break up the gunk and lets me breathe. Sorry to hear that, brother. Victoria, OMG, I have been sick. I'm better. I ordered a home gym for myself for Christmas, a jacked up Smith machine. Is that a brand? I can't wait to get it. Until then, I am doing my Monday workout. Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. Christmas, I'm going to walk and do some stretching and enjoy the family. I wish you and Mama a very Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you too. Excellent. A lot of people getting sick in the comments. Make sure you're taking your vitamin D. Vitamin D every day. Take your vitamin D every day. Magnesium, all that good stuff. But definitely vitamin D and magnesium for sure. Let's get into some questions, fam. If you got any questions, we are going to hit some. We'll be back for the live stream, of course, on today's Monday, on Thursday. And we'll have some episodes over the weekend or over the next couple of days. Just make sure that you are subscribed to the podcast on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. That way you're getting the Swolosophy on days when we're not doing the full live streamed show. Make sure you're checking those out. We have episodes every single day. We never miss. So make sure you're checking out those because you get a lot of insights. Straight and to the point. Hashtag 7 pillars for a chance to win today's Swole card. We'll take some questions. Anyone got questions live? Hashtag Ask Papa Swolio. 4NDR384 on Instagram. What is the recommended amount of cardio per week without affecting muscle mass? It depends. Your body is going to adapt to whatever stress you put it under. If you focus more on cardio, you will fatigue yourself and you'll be less predisposed to laying down more contractile proteins and building muscle mass. So the recommended amount is going to vary, but you definitely don't need to be doing long, slow, long distance running. You could do sprints. You could do short-term interval. Only takes you maybe 10, 15 minutes a week, maybe doing that twice a week for intense interval training. But you can also go for long walks. So one or the other is usually a good choice, and you're going to have to see which amount negatively affects your muscle. So you'll notice if your performance goes down, then you might want to cut back a little bit if that's your priority on the cardiovascular training. R. Grundy, 10, Papa Swolio. Is Christmas a good excuse to skip leg day? No, not in my opinion. If it's time to train, then train. A lot of you have gyms that are probably going to be closed, which is why I say invest in a home gym over time, build it out over time. You don't have to spend a ton of money at one time, but you can piece together things that you can do at home or organize your schedule. And if the gym is open today or tomorrow, do it today or tomorrow. And then you can take Christmas off as a recovery day, change your split a little bit. You can do that in advance. You can have a split where you're going to be a little bit more dynamic and you can tweak things around. Tweak things around that way when you know that you're not going to be able to lift. Let's say you have some things you have to do with your kids or family or whatever it is, especially like a holiday, Christmas, fine. You can do some yoga, you can do some mobility, and then maybe you want to shift your training split onto days where the gym's going to be open, if that's what you're depending on. Eva Maven, Papa Swolio, opinion on CrossFit. Does it count as going to the fucking gym? I'll answer this CrossFit question for the 1 millionth time. It counts as doing CrossFit. What is your goal? CrossFit is the gym, it's training, but I am very concerned, as always, as I have been for over like 2 decades. CrossFit is a lot of random shit. It's a lot of random, high intensity, high impact, high stress, high skill, smashed together with a lot of exhaustion, fatigue, and poor programming. So because CrossFit is such a shotgun brand, there's a lot of quality concerns. The programming itself is almost impossible to have high quality, but if you have certain gyms might have yoga classes. They might have specific Olympic lifting, whether or not you really like whether Olympic lifting. People love this Olympic lifting stuff. It's really just PRs that people love. It's just not necessary for health. It's not necessary for building muscle. It's kind of like completely aside from hypertrophy. So it really depends on what your goals are. There's nothing wrong with it per se, but it's just a very high injury risk protocol. And there are much more consistent ways of training to see the progress that most people want. So again, you have to understand why you're doing what you're doing. People that want to do CrossFit are going to do CrossFit. But again, when you go through the 7 pillars and you download and you read through what the 7 pillars are, the training has to map the outcome. So if you like going to a CrossFit gym because of the community, and okay, then that's why you enjoy it. You're not doing it for optimal results. Just understand, make sure you know why you're doing what you're doing. And if what you're doing is not optimal for what you want to achieve, then maybe you want to revisit it. Depends on what's most important to you. Okay. Let's move on to another question. Kara Alexis, will I lose weight faster by exercising and dieting every day? Okay.
Matt Damon.
You want to lose fat? I mean, if you're doing it properly and you want to lose fat, then you will lose fat. You can also gain muscle by exercising and eating properly. Strange question. So yes and no, depends on what you're doing. Dad of 3 on YouTube, advice for warming up lower back for deadlifts by practicing deadlifts. Warming up the muscles is going to be done by, you're not really trying to warm up. You're trying to prepare the muscles for the actual activity. So doing lighter sets for deadlifts. You don't need to be doing static stretching. There really is no warming up the lower back per se. It's really about doing the actual task. You could be practicing yoga and mobility on other days, getting ready for deadlifts. Some people just like to do some twisting. Some people like to do other things, but really doing preparation sets, putting 135 on the bar and doing 5 reps and then putting on a little bit more weight and doing 3 reps. Doing the exercise will help you prepare for doing the exercise and send more blood to the muscle and warm up the area. So it's going to really depend. The most important thing you want to do before strength training is you don't want to do static stretching. So it really depends on what your individual needs are. If there's certain things that you feel like you have to do in order to keep your lower back safe, that's fine. But there's also other exercises, doing back extensions, doing Jefferson curls, strengthening your hip flexors, doing all these mobility protocols are going to make sure that that area is strong, and then you warm up with that specific movement. So more and more when you get into the programs in Swole Enormous X like Maximum Swole, you realize that a warm-up can also be fatiguing. So it's really not a warm-up. It's more about preparation, which will increase the temperature, the local temperature of the muscles, which will allow for more elasticity and so on and so forth. But getting a sweat going, being exhausted or being hot and sweaty has nothing to do with whether or not your area that you're targeting is going to be prepared for heavy weights. So I would look at your program overall, not so much locally right in front, because if you have movement compensations, doing a little warm-up movements probably will make or break. It's going to be overall because you're going to be pushing yourself. So you want to make sure that you are specifically preparing for the task at hand. So I'll do some for upper body. I'll just do some club swinging, maybe a dead hang, and then I'll do some club swinging. And then I'm getting into my warm-up sets for chest because that's what I'm trying to warm up. I want to prepare that. If I'm trying to do rotator cuff and different things, that's going to be separate. That's going to be separate mobility training, separate activation, corrective exercise, not necessarily on that same day because I'm not trying to fatigue muscles that I'm going to be utilizing. So a different way to think about warming up versus preparation. Freya says, I got most of my weights from a garage sale for $5. It seemed like an angry ex situation, but I benefit from it. Ooh, did she sell her ex's weights? She kicked him out. They broke up and she sold his weights. Damn, that's cold. Cold-blooded. Cold-blooded. Yeah, the January crowd is coming, people. Who's ready? People ask me, are you ready for all the people coming to the gym in January? I don't have to be. I have my own gym, so I don't have to worry about that. And I have to remind myself, a lot of gyms are closed this time of year. So when I'm making content, I'm talking about going to the gym. I have to remember that a lot of people have to deal with gyms closing. I've almost forgotten about that. It shouldn't be an excuse. You need to be prepared and work accordingly. But I'm so used to training in my gym that I don't have to worry about that. That's the beautiful thing about building out a home gym if you can. And again, if you have an apartment, you might not have a room for a squat rack or this, that, and the other, but you can get some kettlebells, you can get bands, you can do some stuff, you can get adjustable weights, you can have something when the gyms are shut down, which is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. The Sharif, what do you do for entertainment? Hobbies. I like to read. I like to lift weights. I call that that's entertaining for me. I enjoy it. It's what I do. Love being outside, gardening, playing with the dogs, the butterfly garden, planting things, reading, going for walks, listening to podcasts, thinking. I like a lot of free time. I don't like filling up my schedule. I like a lot of open creative time. Ridish, Pampasolio, best exercise for love handles and abs. Flexion, extension of the spine, and shutting your mouth and stop eating garbage. So you're not seeing definition because of your poor habits. It's not going to be spot reduced by any exercise. There is no best exercise. You're not going to reduce love handles by doing side bends or anything like that. Frantenor Flores. Frantenor Flores? Is that a full name? Frantenor? If that's a full name, that's intense. Do you have any exercise that might help girls with period cramps? Interesting question. An exercise, not necessarily, but sauna and cold plunging can help. Honestly, getting your nutrition in order. Hopefully you're not on birth control, hormonal birth control, that's poison. But eating beef liver, getting quality foods, getting rid of inflammatory foods and toxins in your environment will definitely help stabilize your cramps for sure. Supplementing with, you should be eating beef organs all the time, but supplementing or eating like raw beef liver around when you're period, it helps tremendously. It will help tremendously. It's a strange question. David Griggs, what's your favorite steroid? Beef. I appreciate everyone that thinks that I'm taking anabolic steroids. I take that as a compliment. It is a compliment. I am not on TRT. I'm not taking steroids. I am open to it in the future, but I'm currently not. So unfortunately, people look at someone who's in good shape and automatically they're on steroids. You can tell when someone's on steroids. I'm actually surprised that people think that I'm on stuff because I look at videos. I don't look like someone who's on it. I might be more muscular than the average person, but I don't look like someone who's on steroids. I don't have body parts that are like pointy and sticky, like crazy. You can tell. I guess most people don't know what the fuck they're talking about anyway. And most people aren't in the industry and haven't been doing this their whole life. So how would they know? But a lot of people are taking stuff. What's crazy to me about anabolic steroids is how many kids are taking them. I see all these kids that are 19, 18. Like, God damn it. I can't imagine taking that shit when you're so young. You just fuck yourself up for life. Oof. Yeah, and it messes up your skin. A lot of people that take this stuff have that kind of leathery, like that thin skin. It really ages you. There are some people on TikTok that I see popping up and they look like they're 45 and they're 28 or 30. It really does age you a lot. It really does age you a lot. Yeah, some people are talking about Anytime Fitness. I think those gyms are great. The ones that you just swipe your little card, you can go in whenever you want. It's pretty much having a private gym. You pay for a membership, but you have a key card. You can go any time of day. That's fantastic. I think that's probably the best way to have a gym. One, you don't have to have it staffed all the time or at all, really. You have cleaning crew and stuff like that, but you really, maybe certain times during the day or certain periods, you can have someone there, or you can have people sign up for memberships online or whatever it is. So I think that has application, but having a key fob is fantastic because people can just go whenever they want. You don't need to have tons of people working at the desk and monitored all the time. Offer people a service where they don't have to worry about whether or not the gym is open. They can just go. I'm assuming Anytime Fitness is one of those. I've actually never been, but there are a bunch of gyms out there like that. And independent gyms. A bunch of independent gyms do the key fob thing. Okay, any other questions? Going once, going twice. All right, let's go balls deep. We got some stuff to get into. All right, hit the like button, subscribe. Make sure you listen on Spotify and Apple Podcast. Over the next couple days, we'll have some more audio episodes, and then we'll come back probably Thursday and we'll have some more. It's the holiday season, so it's always light. So perfect time to go and enjoy and do what you're going to do. And we're not going anywhere. Let's see. Thought this was funny. So Elon Musk posted this from Trump. Trump's been talking about, I guess, taking back the Panama Canal. It's like, let's fucking go. Let's get a little America for that. Elon Musk posted 2025 is going to be so lit. I'm down. I guess we're buying Greenland. We're taking the Panama Canal back, and we're annexing Canada. So USA, we're taking over everything. We're colonizing we're going back, baby. Let's go. Let's colonize. Colonizer's going to colonize. So let's fucking go. I love it. I love it. Let's see. The president of Panama says every square meter of the Panama Canal belongs to Panama and will continue belonging to Panama. And Trump says, we'll see about that. Welcome to the United States Canal. He posts the canal or just the big river, and he puts the American flag right in the middle of it. It's awesome. I love it. He just posts, look at this fucking AI. I love it. Just an American flag right in the middle of the canal, right in the middle of a river. Obviously, it's AI, right? It's not a zoomed out of the canal or anything. Welcome to the United States Canal. It should be. It should be. We built the fucking thing. All right. It's ours. It's ours. Okay. Let's do this first. Okay. First off, I don't know if you guys heard about this. We'll jump into this. So the title of today's episode, part of it, is Panama Canal, or the United States Canal. New York City's mostly peaceful subways. I don't know if you heard, but this woman was lit on fire. Lit on fire. So if any of you buy an illegal criminal alien, mostly peaceful protests. Remember that bullshit when there was fire burning in the background on CNN? But look at this headline. Tell me how absolutely despicable this is. New York Daily News. Not surprised. Oh, they deleted it? Oh, the post was deleted. Oh, fuck you. I already retweeted it. It's deleted. Look at this post. They must have gotten so much pushback. Look at this title, okay, from the New York Daily News. So they deleted the post. I just clicked on it and it's deleted. Doesn't matter. We got it saved. Woman dies after she catches fire in Brooklyn subway car. New York Police Department suspects homicide. Hold on a second. Woman dies after she catches fire. Let me ask you a question. I was born in New York City, so I grew up there. I remember the subway. New York City is disgusting. It's been disgusting since I was little. It's just gross. It's a dirty fucking city. I don't know why people like living there. I was born there. I have some, nice memories. I just remember being dirty. When you're little, you don't really know anything different, but I remember being dirty when I was little, and now it's just like, oh, it's disgusting. It's gross. Woman dies after she catches fire. I've been on the subway many times. I've never caught fire. That's crazy. That's crazy. You can just be on the subway and catch fire. Did you know that? Got to look out for that. That's wild. Obviously, you can't just spontaneously combust and just catch fire. Yes, that's why this post was deleted. You don't just catch fire. Someone lit this person on fire. All right, so we know that. Obviously, that's ridiculous. But think about those headlines. Woman catches fire in Brooklyn subway car. Catches fire. So now people die suddenly, of course, after the gene therapy propaganda vaccines that, quote unquote, I don't like calling them vaccines because they're not vaccines. The gene therapy, right? So after being experimented on, people are dying suddenly. And now people just spontaneously combust. Be careful of those subways. Mostly peaceful subways. I thought that was a good title. So I also shared this because this is not satire. I'm going to pause it. It's hard. It's a hard watch. So let's go over to the full post on, I reposted this from Libs of TikTok because, so the governor of New York, Kathy Hochul, who is just an evil twat. This is think about this. Think about this video. We'll play in a second. Kathy Hochul posted this video yesterday boasting about how she made the subway safer. Made a video about, oh, the subway's so safe. Really? The next day, a woman was burned alive on the subway. Another individual was stabbed to death while another's in the hospital with injuries. So people are just getting stabbed and burned, and no one wants to address this kind of absolutely lawlessness that's in New York City. This is what happens under Democrat policies. This is what happens when you have no consequences. Okay, so let's play this video.
I'm on the subway train heading out to Queens Center. I have a lot of, not quite last minute, but I have holiday shopping to do. I've got an adorable 2-year-old granddaughter, so it's a lot more fun to shop. I can take the subway wherever we need to go. And I want all New Yorkers to feel safe, which is why we've added so many more National Guard, over 250 more people that'll make sure that your ride is as safe as it can be.
Nice. Nice. We've also added some hand warmers. Some hand warmers on the subway. So if you're cold, we also installed a brand new heating system. Nice Christmas spirit with a nice, crackling fire in the subway. So now it's going to be much warmer on your trips because of the new human fireplace, the human torch that we've added to the subways. So look at the news right to the right of that video. Subway station stabbing in Queens leaves 1 dead and 1 hurt. And then sleeping subway rider burned alive on F train after crazed attacker tosses lit match on her. Now that's a title. Okay, so think about the 2 titles there. Okay, think about the 2 titles. Sleeping subway rider. So this is actually a news title. It's a horrible title, but this actually gives you information. Sleeping subway rider burned alive. Fact on F train after crazed attacker. Yeah, I mean, tosses a lit match on her. That makes sense. That would be a crazed attacker. That would be insane to light someone on fire. But then you come back, you come back to the previous post that we covered from the New York Daily News. Woman dies. Woman dies after she catches fire. Woman dies after she catches fire in Brooklyn subway car. I've been on subways and trains many times. I've never caught fire. I wonder why. Maybe someone didn't toss a match on me. Bro, that's nuts, man. That's nuts. Absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. Can you imagine writing that headline? All right. So let's get into a couple of videos. I'm sure we got a few. We do got a few. So let's see what we got here. We got any short ones? We'll do any kind of short one first. All right, we'll do this one first. The world would be a better place. Get into a couple balls. If you have any last minute questions or questions as we wrap up, drop them in the chat.
In the box?
Hashtag 7 pillars for a chance to win today's Swole card. This video is titled, The World Would Be a Better Place. The world would be a better place if people weren't getting lit on fire in the subways. How about that?
Did you know that statistically speaking, if all of you were to take your own lives right now, the world would genuinely be a better place? Did you know that? Like, if you all were to die right now, the world would be better off without you. Genuinely. The world would celebrate. We'd get some real work done. If all of you were to drop dead, it would be better for the world.
Okay. All right. Well, let's say that was true. So the majority of the United States just dropped dead. You know what would happen? And specifically, right, Trump, let's say Trump support. Let's say literally across the board. Anyone that voted for Trump dropped dead. Boom, we're gone. I'd be gone. Most of you would be gone. The rest would starve. You would starve to death. Most of the people that support Trump are going to be the people that provide you your food, your transportation, right? This person would die. This person is on hormones or this person's completely nuts, obviously. You don't say that unless you're absolutely insane. Forget the voice and the soy boy or soy girl. I don't know what the fuck it is or what it has dangling or not dangling between its legs. It's abhorrent insult to humanity, this person, but we'll leave that. There's nothing I need to say. This person is just a fucking train wreck. Shocking how that's allowed on social media. But posts that I make and comments that I make all the time on TikTok and Instagram, they get banned, they get flagged. My reach is completely suppressed, has been for years. But this person can post that. No problem. That gets through. But if I post a balls deep video, it gets flagged for bullying and harassment. Gotcha. That's why I'm just so over this stupid bullshit. These people need to be institutionalized because they're mentally insane. This one's called Body Liberation. Let's liberate bodies. You mean like loosening the belt because you ate too much cake? What are we talking about here? What are we talking about here? Body liberation.
All right, so body liberation is the best thing to focus on? Absolutely. With fat and body liberation, the focus is on how everyone has the right to exist in their body without experiencing any kind of discrimination due to it.
This is so untrue. You're talking about people have the right to exist without any kind of discomfort in their life. That's not going to happen. This is called life in reality. No one has that right. No one has that right. No one has that right. That's so stupid. That's so retarded. There's no word that I can say. That's just any word you can think of, fill in the blank. That's just ludicrous. Everyone has a right. They don't. It's called life. People are going to say things you don't like. Reality doesn't care about your feelings. It's just irrelevant. Everyone has a right to exist in their body. This is like the lived experience stuff. It's mentally deranged. It doesn't make any sense. It's a non-conversation. It doesn't have any meaning. You can't pin this down, which is reason why they say it, because you can't actually have a logical conversation about it. Okay. My lived experience. What do you call discrimination? These are people that point out microaggressions. Someone didn't say the right word to me. They didn't call me by my proper pronoun, right? There's no limit to what these people are going to do in terms of trying to take power. We know this.
Wow, that's powerful. The fact of the matter is, no one is liberated as long as there are still people who are not. We all have the responsibility to fight for the liberation of the most oppressed bodies in society.
All right, this is just Marxist 101. So let me go back to this previous shit statement. No one is liberated as long as there's still people who are not. This is what happens. This is the point. The revolution never goes away. That's why you give a mouse a cookie, that kid's book, you give a mouse a cookie, he's going to want a glass of milk. You give an inch, they take a mile. You cannot give leftists an inch, right? This is what Javier Milei of Argentina said. Like, leftists are shit. You can't give them anything. Nothing. Fuck you and your bullshit. Not even a millimeter. That's what Hitler said. No millimetro. Nothing. You ever see that clip? You can't give them a millimeter. Nothing. The revolution never stops. It never ends. It's never over because there's always going to be someone who's marginalized. There's always going to be someone who's oppressed or can be victimized. And that's the whole point. It never ends. And they don't want it to end. That's the whole point. So people think, I'm just going to say this thing like Caitlin Clark. It's my white privilege. That's why I'm so, good, doing so good. And, I have to address my privilege. And, you're just feeding into it. It's never going to go away. It never assuages anything. It never solves an issue. It never tempers it down. It's always going to be there. The whole point is revolution. The whole point is to be oppressed. And if you're trying to be oppressed, you will always find something to be oppressed about. The whole point is oppression. There's no leverage if there's no oppression. There always will be because they make it so.
We all have the responsibility to fight for the liberation of the most oppressed bodies in society. Okay, but that isn't me.
What's an oppressed body?
It's not an individual thing. It's an understanding that there's nothing morally wrong or worth feeling bad about regarding your body and literally every single other person's body.
Yeah, there is actually morally wrong. If you trash yourself, it is morally wrong. It's morally reprehensible if you are not trying to take care of your body. It is. That's what. Why do you think this argument? You might be like, well, of course there's nothing wrong with it. Like, you go along with it because, like, okay, fine, there's nothing morally wrong. No, you have to call bullshit when there's bullshit. It is morally wrong to trash your health, to just be a disgusting sloth and a drain on society. Yeah, there is moral reprehensibility. It is morally reprehensible. There is something morally wrong about trashing your body, and of course, projecting this kind of evil into the world. Absolutely, 100,000%.
So the goal is to make the world a safe and just place for everyone.
Every single statement is ridiculous. A safe and just place for everyone. Justice is fine. But the goal is not to make the world a safe for everyone. That's not the goal. Now, things will get safer. Again, the leftists, the libtards, the woketards, whatever you want to call them, this idea about safety, this toxic compassion, right? It's suicidal empathy. I believe that's Gad Sad said that, suicidal empathy. That's what it is. You can make the world a safe place for everyone. You can improve the world and it will make it safer over time, but trying to make things safe and nerfing everything in the world is the reason why we're in this situation. That's why people are weak. That's why people can't handle any kind of volatility and fluctuations, whether it's like finances or the economy. They can't handle anything challenging because they're taught to be, they were taught that everything should be safe. Everything should take care of them. There should be nothing that harms them. Helicopter parenting, all this stuff.
Regardless of their skin color, features, weight, size, and disabilities. We all deserve to exist peacefully in the body that we're in.
It has nothing to do with it. Deserve? No one deserves it. No one deserves these things that require the labor of others. So deserve to exist peacefully? That'd be nice, but no, you don't deserve that. We're in a unique time in history where the vast majority of people get to live, or more than ever before, I should say, because there's more slaves today than there ever have been in history. But more people today, by an absolute number, will live in relative peace. Like, we don't have to be out. We're not going to war every time. We don't have tribes just running into our city and ravaging, raping, and pillaging and enslaving the weaker tribes. We don't have that kind of tribal warfare ubiquitously. That used to be a way of life. You go back 1,000 years, you would just have a tribe. You would just have warriors ride into your town and wipe it out. Can you imagine the Mongols? You were just farming, you're making, you're blacksmithing, making a horseshoe or some shit, and you're just, just tending to your crop or your goats, and you're milking goats, and all of a sudden a Mongol horde sweeps into your village and just wipes out everyone. Vikings, we used to live like that. How about just a tiger or bear just walking in? People still have that. People go outside and they have bears or moose on their porch and shit like that. But I'm just saying, everywhere where I live, I'm not going to see a bear. I'm not going to see. You could see an alligator. I've never seen one. You really wouldn't. But I mean, alligators are the easiest things to avoid. That's a crazy. People have issues with alligators. It's the easiest thing to avoid is a fucking alligator. Yet don't go by swamps. Anywhere there's water, just assume there's alligators and just don't lay out on a towel and hang out by the edge of water on on a canal or something. It's just, anyway. You don't have just panthers. I mean, in California, you have mountain lions and people go hiking and they get attacked or killed. It happens, but not in LA. You're not going to have that kind of stuff, right?
That is the ultimate goal. And what is lacking from modern use of
Okay, I'm
body
going to go back one more time.
positivity that
Apologize.
we're in, that is the ultimate goal. We all deserve to exist peacefully in the body that we're in.
Exist peacefully in the body that we're in.
That is
the ultimate goal. This is utopia. This is the Marxist utopia. This is communism. This is utopia. Never going to happen. You're never going to have this kind of utopia. Does not exist, will not exist. And again, this is why. Why do you think that this is what is being pursued? This is being pursued because it'll never be achieved. The whole goal is to have something constantly that you're fighting for. You're fighting. Always a revolution. More. Oppression. Victim. So because utopia is not achievable, that's always going to be the goal. And it's always for peace and safety everywhere, unless you disagree, and then we'll hang you from the rafters and we'll kill your family. This is evil. This is evil. If you don't agree with us, you're a bad person, because we care. We're compassionate. We care about safety.
Goal and what is lacking from modern use of body positivity and body neutrality. Where can I learn more about this? Fat liberationists and educators are an incredible source of information about fat liberation.
Fat liberationists are an incredible source of information about fat liberation. Oh, you don't say. Doctors are great educators on doctoring. Fat liberationists are incredible sources of information about fat liberation. You don't say. Would you say a philosopher is a good source of information about philosophy? Would you think an economist is a good source of information on the economy. Yeah, fat liberationists are good, great information about fat liberation. Yeah. Oh, yeah?
Consider reading the works of Deshaun Harris.
No. Okay. We're done. We don't want to. It's okay. It's okay. Big Matt Damon.
I didn't know they stacked
shit that high.
That was actually, that was literally like you're reading out of the Communist Manifesto. You're literally just playbook. So again, you have to look for those key words. And if you are ignorant for this, none of you guys, we've been ranting about this for years. But when you look at this kind of stuff objectively, it uses all the nice words. It should be safe for everyone. I don't know. Yeah. Oh, that sounds cool. Safe. Yeah. We don't want dangerous. Like, oh, it should be equal to everyone. Like, oh yeah, it sounds nice. It's this whole utopia bullshit, but that's not how humans thrive. Humans thrive with adversity. Humans thrive when there's competition and meritocracy and hope for the future. And you're never going to have a safe world, like, completely safe. What does that even mean? But you're going to, when you improve technology, when you have people that are held to account, when you don't let criminals roam free, when you have a wall that keeps out illegal criminals out of our country, you're going to have a safer country. You build a wall, you make it harder to immigrate to the United States, and we only take the best from other places of the world. We don't take all your tired and sick. Look, we don't want that shit. Why can't we talk about this openly? We don't want your tired and sick and needy. We don't want honestly, we don't want the lowest common denominator from the world. We don't want the worst people coming into our country. We want the best. Why wouldn't we want the best? That's not xenophobic. That's not racist. It's just true. We want the best of the best. We want mathematical geniuses that are living in war toward, like, we can bring into our country and then, improve. We want the best. Meritocracy. Tired, sick, and needy. It's like, hey, we'll take the worst of the worst. Come on in. Not a good recipe, Not a good recipe. Okay. Being fat, a personality trait. Anyway, things will get safer if you implement logical policies. Things will just get safer. You won't get burned by commuting to work or sleeping. Well, sleeping on a subway, you should be paying attention. But anyway, is being fat a personality trait? Oh boy.
Why do you talk about being fat? It's not a personality trait. Let's talk about this.
Oh God, I don't think I can handle this whole video. When your at is the fat bride, yeah, being fat is her personality. That's her social media. That's how she grifts. Ugh. If she's going to talk fast with that accent, I'll stop in a little bit.
She replied to this in the comments, but I want to reply to it here as well. So, first things first, I do not walk around in my day-to-day life constantly talking about being fat.
Her at is called The Fat Bride. The Fat Bride. That's her screen name. So, let that explain what she does. That's what she does. That is her personality. The Fat Bride. Yep. You're you have to be fat in order to maintain your identity. That's what you're talking. That's why it's so evil to have that kind of thing, right? If your name on social media is the vegan trainer, you have to be a vegan now. That's your whole identity is about what you eat, which is a weird thing.
It's a small part of who I am. The focus of this account is on me being fat.
So she just countered her own point. It's a small part of who I am. The focus of this account is on me being fat. It's not a small part of who you are. It's a huge part. You are fat.
The way that I have changed my relationship with my body and the shame I had around fatness and the stigma I felt around fat.
So I can just stay fat, not work to change, and just change my view on it. I can brainwash myself to believe that this is a good thing and everyone else is wrong and there's stigma. No, you're still fat. You still have the same health problems coming. And yep. So you just lie to yourself. It's called lying to yourself. It's called delusion.
In order to improve my mental health and my experience of my life.
What she's saying is you can choose to be happy. Yeah, that's right. You can brainwash yourself. You can lie to yourself over and over again. It's called not having integrity. You lie to yourself enough, you will believe your delusion. And then anyone that interrupts your delusion and gives you some truth, oh, they're an enemy, they're stigma, they're white supremacists, they're fat, anti-fat liberation or whatever nonsense, right? They're, what's it called? Fat phobic. Some stupid shit.
Is something that a lot of fat people understand, and it is important that we have voices.
Oh, fat people don't have voices. Did you guys know this? Fat people can't speak. Oh my goodness. Fat people can't speak. I didn't know that. Fat people don't have voices. Fat people don't have voices. I don't know. I don't think that's true because all I hear for years are all the fat voices, and they're loud and they're cringe. All I hear are fat voices on this show.
From people who show that it is possible to change your relationship
Delusion.
with your body, to accept being fat, and also
Delusion.
just to open up the conversation. And
Can you imagine just accept being fat, accept being a victim, be a permanent victim, accept being fat. Accept being fat. In other words, just be happy with where you are. Just be happy with your terrible health. Just be happy with your terrible choices. You don't realize you don't have to change. You could just be fat and unhealthy and pretend like it's good. Oh shit. I didn't know that. I could just pretend like it's good. It's so gross. It's so gross.
to show people that you have experiences that they have, because there's so much shame around being fat that often we don't share our experiences. And so
Share our experiences. Guess how much cake I ate over this weekend. Share your experiences being fat. Hey, I can't fit into a chair. Hey, I can't fit into an airplane seat without a seatbelt extender. Hey, I have to go to the big and tall store, not because I'm tall. You get my drift? Hey, what are you talking about? I was out of breath walking up a flight of stairs. We don't often share our experiences. Yeah, that's all you do is share your experiences. That's all you do. That's all we hear online are you idiots sharing these experiences. Yeah, it's called being fat. Let me change it. All I got to do is change a couple basic fucking habits and you will be not fat anymore. So, not playing along with it.
we don't get that kind of sense of community.
What the fuck are you talking about? Sense of community, fat community? That's such a weird grift. Again, this is the neo-racism, right? So, you're fat? This is superficial characteristics. Oh, you're white? Let's hang out because you're white. Who says that? No one says that. Black people do that. Oh, you could have black pride, and that's not looked at as a weird thing. But if you have white pride, oh my God, you're a white supremacist. It's just, hey, if you have a big nose, let's hang out. That's weird. It's a weird thing. Who does that? The Big Nose Club. Okay, big ears. Hey, everyone, you have big ears too. Let's hang out. Get away from me, creep. Oh, we're fat. Let's hang out because we eat too much and we have terrible habits. It's a weird thing. It's not like having an interest, because if you go, let's say you like magic cards, you can go online and find a group of people that love playing magic cards or that love, I don't know, movies or a certain video game or board games or gardening. And guess what? People in those groups are going to be tall, short, fat. They're going to be black, white, Asian, whatever background. You have similar interests. That's different. But you're going off these physical characteristics. Oh, we're fat, so people don't understand us. Let's hang out because we eat too much and we have no self-control. But it's not about not having self-control. Or is it? Or is it? You're making choices. People's like, I saw this video online. Someone's like, did you choose to be fat? People don't choose to be fat. What are you talking about? Absolutely. They're not going to, hitting a button. I want to be fat today. But they're doing it with the thousands of terrible habits all the time. Your physical result, you being fat, is because of all the thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions of choices you've made every day for years and years and years. It is your choice. You make the choice all the time. And these people are the worst. If you're fat and you want to change, we're here for you. We'll help you. SwolenormousX.com. Join the fam. Plug into the podcast. But the people that are justifying it and pretending like other people should just change the way they think about it, that's evil. That's sick. And it's killing people.
And sense of being seen in our experience as fat people.
Listen to this language. Being seen? I can't help but see you. I need wide screen. I need to use a fisheye lens to see your fat ass. Family portraits are not supposed to be in landscape mode. They're not supposed to be in panoramic. I'm not seen as a fat person. Yeah. Believe me, you are.
The thing I want to say is that while, yes, being fat is not a personality trait, it does inform who we are.
Yeah, it's your identity. We talked about this already. Look, you have no idea. They're just talking circles and just give themselves up every time they just stop talking. Again, why are you posting this? Just be happy the way you are and just be fat and shut the fuck up. But you have to pretend like you figured out some secret. I figured out the secret of being such.
Informs how we move through the world. It informs how people respond to us, the
walking.
opportunities we have, the jobs we have, the romantic relationships we have.
Yeah, it affects, of course it does. People usually aren't attracted to people that look like they're dying. You put two people next to each other, people are going to be attracted to the person who looks healthy. It's called survival of the fittest.
The way that people react to us.
I will never insult someone to their face. I'm never going to be like, hey, shouldn't you be at the gym, you fat ass? If I'm at the gas station, I see someone who's fat, I'm not going to insult them. I'm not going to go up and like, hey, you should go to the fucking gym. That's not, people react to you. I react to this stuff so severely. It's because she's trying to promote this idea that what she's doing is virtuous, that she's holier than thou, that she's figured something out. Hey, look, I can really pretend. Look at me pretending. Look at me pretending how healthy I am. You should do the same thing. You should lie to yourself too. It's really good.
The clothing that we are able to wear to express ourselves.
Oh, this is one of the most epic shit videos I've ever seen.
The day-to-day challenges like, fitting in an aeroplane seat or going on a roller coaster or what.
Oh, yeah. The day-to-day challenges of going on a roller coaster. How often do you go on a roller coaster? Anyone? How many of you that don't eat to excess and trash your health? How many of you go, like for those of you that are healthy, how many roller coasters have you been on this year? If you are going on roller coasters so much, or you love roller coasters to the point where that's a problem, hey, maybe you just take a little bit better care of your health and then you can go on your roller coaster ride. I love how roller coaster is an argument. Who the fuck goes on roller? Are you 3 years old? What are you doing? What are you talking about? Who goes to roller coasters that often for it to be a problem? And if you can't go on the roller coaster ride, it is physics. It's called physics. I hate roller coasters. I'll go on them, but I always feel like shit. Overrated. Tremendously overrated. But some people like them. Okay, so stop eating so much garbage. Take a little better care of yourself, and then go on your roller coaster ride. It's called physics. Enjoy.
It does inform the way that we live our lives and the way that we move through the world. And so while it's not a personality trait to be a fat person, it informs who we are and it informs our personality and the way that we behave in the world.
Yeah, okay.
What is the best move to silence a woman?
Oh my God. I love how it's saying it really does determine how we move through the world. You mean walking? Fat people act like they've discovered walking. These fat activists act like they've discovered walking. Hey, look, locomotion. It just really affects how we move through the world. It's called left foot, right foot. Humans have been doing this for a long time. It's called walking. Cool story, right? I mean, I know it's mind-blowing. Mind-blowing. All right, fam, Swole card time. Here we go. Let's give this beesh away. Swole card. There's the Papa Swolio. Sexy beesh. Indeed. Hashtag 7 pillars for a chance to win today's Swole card. Scroll, scroll, scroll. Scroll, scroll, scroll. We got a winner. Today's winner is Adam Mathers 90. Adam Mathers 90. Congratulations. Adam Mathers, send us an email to support@swarmers.com. Swole card 3153 in the subject, your mailing address in the body of the email. Thank you so much for being here, Yaz Beaches. Enjoy your Christmas Eve. Merry Christmas. Here we say Merry Christmas. So Merry Christmas, Beaches. Enjoy your Christmas Eve. Enjoy your Christmas Day. We will have content here on the podcast, so make sure that you subscribe, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, leave a 5-star review, and I'll plug in via the Telegram chat and Swole text for sure, so keep an eye out for that, keeping you focused over the holidays, and we'll be back on Thursday for the live stream. Thanks for being here, Beaches. Enjoy. Stay focused. 7 pillars day, and go to the fucking gym. Go to the fucking gym. Go for a walk. Get some sun on your nips. I know a lot of you are freezing, but it's hot today. I'm going to go get some sun on my nips. Thanks for being here. Peace, McGee. Deuce, Magoose. Yeah, boy. Papa Swolio. Oh.
Need a straight jacket, cash flow, I'm a bank addict. 6 subs, had the bass smacking. 808, had the place clapping. 3 girls is enough for me, so I pull out like the stock crashing. Like an IPO, trying to purchase me. This a private sector, so you can't have it. Faking all that boom bapping. Who you think you is, boy? 90s want they sound back, so I give rap all these fake rappers as I take matters in my own hands. I don't need rapping, I don't need Zans. I don't need help, I'm a grown man. Now they king left and they so mad, it's like
yeah, I found that. Young king with my crown at. 10 racks in the fanny pack. Couple hundred in the Louis bag.
That's a bed that you made. That's a bed that you made. That's a bed that you laid. That's a bed that you laid. What kind of game is you playing? We go hard in the paint, yeah. What the fuck is you saying? I only go where they pay. What kind of game is you playing? Ay, yeah, whoa, my shit is relevant. I'll topic my melanin is